see that you're out here again with unoccupied women. There's a lot happening, and there are some people that have the belief that women are really not under assault. Why don't you clear this up for the ladies?
Well, it's become even more obvious in the last 4 to 6 weeks with all this discussion on having a definition of rape. Forcible rape, all these, legitimate rape. It's like there's no definition of rape that's acceptable. But now we're seeing it come out. There's more and more politicians on the right that believe this. It's like they're doing whatever they can to limit women's reproductive choices and even access to contraception. And I'd just like to remind people that's a communist idea, and you can go back to the 1970s and check out Romania, because they banned abortion, they banned contraception. The world really didn't know the extent of that until in the late 80s when communism fell. And we saw the orphanages with all the unwanted children. So it's quite frightening to me, and I take this very, very seriously. I've had my mother say, oh, it's in their platform, they don't really mean that. I beg to differ. I think they very so much mean that.
Thank you very much, Valerie. I think they mean it as well.
Thanks, Edberto.
On to Dice, word of the week.
Today I wanted to talk about freedom. Freedom has become a big issue in every campaign. Republicans are constantly harping about how government reduces freedom. I've recently been having some conversations with colleagues of mine and students of mine, and Democrats don't make an alternative case, which they really need to. Here's the deal. Freedom can be created by government too, if we use government to do that. So I was just talking to my parents, they're in their 80s, and I was thinking 100 years ago, I would be taking care of my parents because there was no Social Security, there was no Medicare. In fact, that little bit of money that's taken out of my check provides me with tremendous freedom, because I am now no longer primarily a healthcare giver and a babysitter to 80-year-olds. Meat inspections provide me with freedom. Having the government regulate the food industry gives me the freedom not to have to do that. Otherwise, I wouldn't know what I'm getting at the supermarket, which any reading of Upton Sinclair will tell you wasn't very good 100 years ago. So I think we have to rethink what freedom means and look at how we can use government to help everybody be freer. Sometimes that means small sacrifices for large freedoms. That's not a bad thing. And I'm very happy that there are certain things government's doing that increase my freedom.
Professor Davis, word of the week.
Well, I just want to say something about Paul Ryan lying about his marathon time. I'm a runner, and I find that deeply offensive that somebody would blatantly fib about something like that. He claimed he ran a sub 3 hours, and it was over 4 hours, and that's just unforgivable. And I think it does say something about character, that he's not trustworthy, and you can tell a falsehood that is that frank. That it's just an indicator. It's into this man's perspective on policy issues as well. And so that's my word of the week, and I don't think he's fit to be Vice President of the United States.
George, welcome back. How have you been?
Okay, Marco, I see you've been to the convention, and I guess it was great. I was blown away by all the speeches, and especially Bill Clinton. And I just can't imagine what we're going to do in the future. I hope it's going to be positive. But I think Clinton just clarified so many things, especially about the budget, the deficit, and everything else.
Mark, what's the word of the week?
Hi, my name is Mark Prost. I was a Texas delegate to the Democratic National Convention in Charlotte. Just got back yesterday. The convention was awesome. We had so much fun. It's exhausting. You go around, you meet people. The messaging is fabulous. I've got to tell you, one of the first things they stuck a microphone in my face and just said, think about the 3 words that best describe the Democratic agenda. And I said, peace, prosperity, and rights. I mean, we're the party of peace, we're the party of prosperity, and we're the party of rights. Civil rights, gay rights, environmental rights, you name it. We're the party of individual freedom and equality for all. The message was awesome. I look forward to doing it again sometime.
Cody Poe, State Representative Candidate, District 127.
Yeah, this week we watched the Democratic National Convention. We actually had people at our own office right here in Humble watching it on the big screen. We had a projector up on the wall, and we had lots of people who came that we didn't even know were Democrats. Found out just how many Democrats there are right here in this area, and it was really inspiring. You know, they had a lot of good stuff to say, and we're really excited about the future.
Now, Cody, isn't it true that in as much as you had a whole lot of Democrats there, that you are not just only targeting Democrats in this election? The policies that you support are the policies of the entire area, whether they are...
Well, that's right. My biggest thing is education. You know, everybody supports good schools to send their kids to. Everybody wants their kids to grow up. Everybody wants to live in a country of educated people, and that's what I support.
Thank you very much, Cody.
My name's Liam.
Liam, what are you doing out here?
I'm protesting.
What are you protesting, Liam?
For the 99%.
What do you want for the 99%?
We need jobs, we need power, we need something.
Now, how do you envision that we get those things?
By voting the right way.
Thank you very much. Kevin, word of the week.
Word of the week is jobs. Right. The bailout has been paid out. Wall Street's back. Profits are back up. Taxes down. Regulation down, or at least even. All right. It's time for American corporations to make the greatest investment they could make, and that's in the American worker. Corporations that are in profit ought to be hiring back American workers. The most productive worker, or one of the most productive workers in the world. Hire American workers. Corporations.
Thank you very much. Frisian.